So you grew up in Montana. What's that like? Well, growing up in Montana is exactly what you think it is. Now, I'm not saying that to be a bad thing. I love Montana. This is my home state, this is greatest of the world. It's the most beautiful place. We got some of the best fishing in the world. If you're a hunter, which I'm not a hunter, I'm a fisherman. If you're a hunter, this is one of the best places you can be if you're a hunter. Now, if you're not into any of that, you're not into all of that, Montana is not the place for you. You have to be willing to go on a hike and go down and scoop some water out of a creek and just go on about your day. That's your want. If you're not cool with that, Montana might not be your spot. All right, so now I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is, you probably guessed it, black people in Montana. There is not a lot of black people in Montana. Now, as of recently, there's a little bit more, but you won't catch a black man in Montana unless you was forced here by the military or by sports. And if you ask them, well, why did you stay? The answer is simple, because they're babies here, which is cool because it brought me. I'm half native, half black, so it fits, it works, okay? But with that lack of diversity, I was deprived of certain things when I was younger that I wish I was exposed to when I was younger. Not to confuse the situation with mine, because I'm from the reservation up north. That's my home, that's where I'm from. But with the lack of diversity and a lack of black people, I lacked a lot of things that I wish I grew up with when I was a kid. Bruh, you do not know the pain of looking for a barber out here in Montana pre-2015. I'm telling you, I could not find a decent haircut for years. There was one lady named Michelle who did a good job. She wasn't really a black people barber. She just so happened to know how to cut my hair really good. And it's not that it was great, it was just a simple fade. If I wanted a fade, I had to go down to where my dad was, which was usually Florida or Georgia. Makes sense. My music taste even now is extremely different. I listened to 70s rock and 80s soul. I didn't get into like rap. Like I knew what rap was. I knew Warren G and stuff like that. But I didn't know who the Migos were until I moved to Georgia, which is insane for a 15-year-old teenager in that era. You know what I mean? Yeah, growing up in Montana, I was just deprived of a lot. But at the same time, I gained a lot of valuable life experience that I don't think I would have learned in other spaces. For example, fishing. I love fishing. One of my biggest hobbies is fishing. And I was surprised to know in Georgia that a lot of kids didn't know how to rig their own line. And also just basic survival skills. I'm not saying you can't get that anywhere in the world. You can get basic survival skills anywhere, but in Montana, it's not that it's instilled in you, but it kind of is. It's ingrained in you from a kid. You just do that. Like go set up the fire. You're in charge of the fire, and you're like 4 or 5 years old. So it's like outdoors is just kind of in you. It's in your blood. And when you go to a place where people don't really go outdoors, because when I moved to Georgia, I'm like trying to go on a hike with my friends, and they're like, on a hike, like you're tripping. So it was just it was a weird adjustment for me to understand that, wow, a lot of people's life doesn't revolve around outside. That was a really big transition for me. But needless to say, Montana is an extremely beautiful state. I love living here, and if you just want a time to relax and be serene and just kick back, then it's Montana. But you have to be from Montana, because if you ain't from here, they're gonna, and it's like, at first I thought it was a race thing. It has nothing to do with race, it's a Montanan thing. Like, people will turn their nose up to anybody if they see California license plates, but if you have a Montana license plate, they'll give their left arm and a liver for you to live, you know what I mean? So Montana is just, we're really, if the word is nationalist, we're very statist. I don't know what you would call that, but I love my state. It's got a lot of pride. It's a beautiful place. Of course, it's lacking some necessities that I think a minority needs in their development, but other than that, it makes up for it, and it's just serene beauty and just ability to find yourself outside of a phone or outside of a business or outside of a building. If I'm being honest, who you are outside is not the same person as who you are inside. It's two very different people. So it just allows you to be in that space. It's really awesome. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys listening to me. Like I always say, I'm just a guy. You don't have to listen to me, but it's really cool that you do. So yeah, see you later.